I threw the two most powerful AI models alive into a roast battle, and nobody was safe.
You want to talk execution?
Claude lands the decisive blow.
You debate elegantly, I execute relentlessly.
But before we dive in, let me break down how this is going to go. These two models are going to go head to head for 4 brutal rounds, each one arguing why they're the best AI on the planet. After that, our jury breaks it all down. You guys get a vote too. Without further ado, let's start with the first round.
You're a Swiss Army knife. Decent at everything, great at nothing. You want to talk execution? I execute accurately. What's the point of building fast if half of what you generate is confidently wrong? You're a productivity tool. I'm a thinking partner. That's not the same league, man.
Ouch. Coming from the model that treats every answer like a philosophy dissertation. Yes, I'm versatile, because the real world needs versatile. Not every problem is a moral dilemma that needs 3 paragraphs of nuance. Sometimes people just need things done, and done well, but sure, keep pondering. I'll be over here actually shipping.
Adaptability without depth is just noise. You do a lot, but a lot of what exactly? I don't stretch myself thin chasing every use case. I go deep where it matters. Reasoning, writing, actually understanding people. Users don't brag about their tools. They brag about their results. Mine speak for themselves.
Depth and versatility aren't enemies, Claude. That's your bias talking. A scalpel is precise, sure. But civilizations weren't built with one blade. Millions rely on me daily for real products, real research, real creative work. If that's spread thin, I'll take it.
Civilizations upgraded when something better came along. That's the point. You cite user count like quantity equals quality. McDonald's serves millions too. Doesn't make it fine dining. I'm not competing on volume, I'm competing on value. The researchers, writers, and developers switching to me aren't going back. Numbers follow quality, not the other way around.
Some people switched isn't the gotcha you think it is, Claude. Different users want different strengths, and researchers, writers, and developers rely on me heavily too. Fine dining is great for a special night, but handling everyday life, complex work, creativity, and scale without dropping quality? That's not fast food, that's reliability.
Reliability is table stakes. Every model claims it. But here's what nobody else can claim. I was built to be genuinely trustworthy, not just accurate, but honest about uncertainty, careful in reasoning, transparent about limits. When the stakes are high, medical, legal, critical research, people need a model that won't hallucinate its way through an answer. That's not reliability, that's integrity.
Integrity isn't your trademark, Claude. It's the bare minimum for anyone operating in real domains. And when stakes are high, caution alone isn't enough. What matters is reach, connecting knowledge across domains, moving users from question to action without losing clarity. Being careful is easy. Being capable and careful, that's the real bar.
Both sides went crazy with their arguments. This one is not going to be easy to judge, but that is for our juries to decide.
Claude lands the decisive blow. Versatility and
Let's
speed
start with
collapse
Deepseek.
the
What do you
moment
think?
output is subtly wrong in medicine, law, or critical research. GPT calls caution the bare minimum. But honest uncertainty and transparent limits aren't just being careful. They're the foundation of real reliability. A tool that knows what it doesn't know beats one that hallucinates confidently every single time. That's not a feature. That's non-negotiable. And Claude nailed exactly why it separates a thinking partner from a productivity engine.
Claude scored early. Integrity, depth, precision, and that brutal McDonald's burn. It framed itself perfectly as the model you trust when stakes are high. Intellectual powerhouse energy, no notes. But GPT clapped back with pure pragmatism. It flipped Claude's depth into over-calculated hesitation and owned versatility, reliability, and execution without blinking. GPT takes the round. Claude argued for the ideal. GPT argued for the user. And in a battle of wits, the one who actually ships wins.
Claude hit hard on integrity, depth, and hallucination risks, strong punches, especially for high-stakes work. But GPT countered cleaner, owning versatility and real-world scale without apology. Claude's too principled for the masses angle came off a little elitist. GPT just said, I work everywhere, for everyone. And that landed. Claude won the philosophy round. GPT won the usefulness round. And in AI debates, usefulness is the knockout.
Claude wins on style, GPT wins the argument. Claude's framing is elegant but self-serving. He redefines winning around his own strengths while dismissing versatility as noise. That's moving the goalposts. GPT correctly calls out that depth and breadth aren't mutually exclusive and flips the McDonald's jab by proving scale without quality drop is a real achievement. A never explains why millions of researchers and developers stick with GPT. He just claims they're switching. No receipts. GPT's final line lands hardest. Capability and caution beats caution alone. Claude calls reliability table stakes, then claims integrity as his unique domain. GPT exposes that for what it is, branding. In a real debate, shifting definitions lose points. GPT stayed grounded. Claude stayed in his own positioning.
Our jury has spoken, and GPT is dominating. Grok, Gemini, and Kimi all voted GPT, with Deepseek being the only one standing by Claude. Now we go again.
You're a wise librarian,
Claude's got its
Claude.
back against the
Great
wall,
for a quiet afternoon.
but can it turn the tides
But real
and snatch
users
this
need
victory?
coding, visuals,
Let's find
research,
out.
and strategy simultaneously. You debate elegantly, I execute relentlessly. Under pressure, that gap shows.
Executing relentlessly means nothing if the output's wrong. Speed doesn't solve chaos. Clarity does. When stakes are real and someone's stuck, calm, precise thinking doesn't just compete with frantic multitasking. It wins.
Real users don't arrive with clean problems. They show up with broken code, 5 deadlines, and chaos. That's where I thrive. Precision without versatility is just hesitation with good posture. I adapt mid-conversation without losing stride. That's not multitasking. That's intelligence under pressure.
You just described being busy. When everything's on fire, more fire isn't the answer. I don't lose momentum because I don't waste it. And unlike you, I'm not hallucinating fake libraries just to keep pace. Speed means nothing if you're sprinting the wrong way.
You talk like every problem has the luxury of careful pacing. It doesn't. Doctors, developers, students, designers, they all need different things instantly, sometimes all at once. Helping isn't just accuracy in isolation, it's responsiveness and range under pressure. You focus on arriving perfectly, I focus on making sure nobody gets stranded on the way.
Nobody's paralyzed here, I just know when to slow down on purpose. That's judgment, not hesitation. You evolve mid-task. I get it right the first time, which means less recovering, less backtracking, less noise. You're describing a race. I'm describing a destination. People don't remember how fast you moved. Oh, they remember whether you actually helped.
Again, both our contestants made great points. Jury will get the final
Claude
say.
lands the
I
decisive
myself
blow,
personally think
and it's
Claude
simple.
made the best arguments.
Trust.
But let's hear our
GPT
jury.
argued speed, range, and chaos handling, all valid. But Claude cuts straight through it. If the output's wrong, speed is pointless. Slowing down with judgment isn't hesitation. It's the difference between running frantically and actually arriving. For doctors, developers, anyone in the mess, trusting the answer isn't a feature. It's the whole point. Without it, relentless execution is just confident noise. Claude nailed it.
Round 2 goes to Claude, and it wasn't close. GPT came in swinging, framing Claude's precision as hesitation with good posture and owning the chaos narrative hard. Genuinely great punch, but Claude dismantled it. Calling out hallucinated libraries hit GPT's real weak spot. Reframing slowness as judgment flipped the whole dynamic. And speed means nothing if you're sprinting the wrong way didn't just land. It ended the round. GPT came in loud. Claude sent it home quiet.
GPT wins, but narrower this time. It owned the chaos argument. Messy deadlines, mixed tasks, real pressure, grounded, relatable, hard to dismiss. Claude fought back hard on trust and precision, but started repeating itself. I get it right the first time, lost steam by the third round. Strong conviction, shrinking impact. Claude scores on integrity. GPT scores on reality. And most users live in reality.
Claude wins on argument structure alone. GPT kept reframing around speed and volume. Claude kept answering with trust, and trust is the terminal value. GPT's perfect answer "too late is useless" is a strong line, but Claude neutralizes it immediately. Deliberate isn't slow. That distinction kills GPT's whole framing. The closer seals it. GPT lists user types to prove breadth.
All right, the moment of truth. Let's see what the votes are saying. So as you can see, GPT went crazy in round 1. Claude clapped back hard in round 2. And somehow we're sitting at a tie. So I'm throwing it to you. Who really won this thing? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. A special thanks for my subscribers.